I remember that.
Hey guys, welcome to another My Hero Academia Manga chapter stream, or not stream, but chapter read for Sundays. We're covering chapter 357. I'm here with Mark.
Hey.
And Mark, there's something that we always do before every new manga chapter. And what would that be?
Recap episode!
Yes, the recap episode. I had to monitor the desktop audio just to make sure, like, how loud is this going to be? But no, we're good.
Take a big breath.
The Forgotten Land animation. Followed by like death metal. And it's so okay. So we're here with chapter 356 for now. Looking at what happened last time, we had some really cool shots of both Jiro and Tokoyami. What was essentially happening was that oh yeah, that's right. Jiro actually took off her jacket, wrapped it around one of Tokoyami's arms to like increase like the output for Dark Shadow for just a split second, so that a giant fist can come out of it. Patrick, and then here comes a giant fist.
And here comes a giant fist.
Patrick, no!
Patrick, no!
It was so cool because Jiro like literally just leaps off the air just so like they just have a lot of freedom just like to throw the hit, and absolutely shatters the mask of All for One. And I believe, yeah, this is when Hawks tries to go for the finishing blow, and then he just kind of gets a sixth sense of just like him trying to gain control, and then immediately just kind of goes into an outburst with those tendrils all around, and it almost looked like he got pierced by just trying to cover for Jiro and Tokoyami, but it was actually our boy Endeavor, like from out of nowhere, taking the blow, trying to destroy like parts of it. The other one's just pierced and pretty much detached his whole like right hand. It was ridiculous. And then we got the little flashback setting where it took a younger version of himself to kind of like wake him up as far as like what does he need to do like at this point in time, knowing that, you know, his last stand can just be here, and you know his goal in mind to surpass and become the number one may not ever really go into fruition, right? But for what he can do right now, it's to stop All for One. And so we get into this really cool like couple of panels where he awakens himself and he just comes up with a new firearm, literally.
Which was such a dope looking panel.
And just like
And if you think that's the only, if you think that's all we're getting this, or that's all we got last time, woo, we're getting another great one this time.
Okay. So that's pretty much it. Putting an end to this fight is my duty, he says. With that,
Let's see this fight. Let's go.
we jump into 357. I think My Hero was trending just slightly for me, so I didn't see anything, but I am looking forward to seeing what
I always read
happens.
it 2 days in advance.
Okay, so here we go. First panel, just boom! As we see Awful being knocked back.
Looks like he had a force field.
Ah, cool, okay. Well, I mean, that's bad, but cool! Number
Yep.
357, Wounded Hero, Burning Bright and True. But yeah, it's a force field. All for One's like, that was a close one. Actual danger? I know you'd come at me hard, phrasing, but I never expected that the likes of you would make me relive the pain and misery of that day. As we see a shot of All Might.
Look at this next panel.
Okay, here we go. Here's this. Next page. Oh! Ooh! This is... I feel like there's more like One Piece inspiration with that face.
The arm if you've ever seen Hunter x Hunter or the specific fight from Hunter x Hunter, it's very much like that one scene.
I think I might know what you're talking about. What was it? All for One says that wounded heroes are always the scariest. So what happens here? Yeah, Endeavor doesn't stop. He zooms in.
He's like, huh.
Oh.
Ah.
As you can see, oh my god, yeah, you can see yeah, the feathers from Hawks as well, just boosting him through. You got a shot of Hawks as completely disfigured as he is too. He's like, you're too slow.
You know you're gonna screen cap that one for a meme.
My god, I know just the one. I'm already like conjuring up like what this is gonna look like.
And here comes the giant fist.
Okay, I'll take care of this last page here. As like from the skies, in comes the giant fist, vanishing jet burn.
Ongoing meme. Yep, vanishing jet burn.
That's all flames. That's nuts.
That's all fire.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
And as we see that impact on the ground, we see all the heroes are just like, whoa, 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 whoa. But they're not saying that's just kind of like vibe you get. Then they say, yikes, that's hot. Endeavor. I thought the plan was to finish him off way up high. Then we see Hawks right there. Wasn't that the right moment for a prominence burn? No, says Endeavor. Didn't you see him go on the defensive? And that's not a move I can fire off multiple times. I've got to physically rip apart his defenses to be sure the big one hits its mark.
Fair.
Then we see Hawks again smiling, keeping a cool head, huh? Then we see Endeavor just jet down there. No, I can't hold back this rage.
Bruh.
We see All for One. Looks like he's trying to get his force field back together. He's on the ground. He's going. And then we just see Kamui Woods looking over at him. It's All for One. Everyone, retreat! As he just starts grabbing heroes with his vines. One of the other heroes. Why? Here's our chance to bum rush it. Whoa! And then we see Kamui just got them the fuck out of there because you just see Endeavor crash against All for One's shield with a burst of flames everywhere.
I love how they express Kamui Woods without even a mouth. You see the moment he spins over and just how like the speed lines on his legs and his arms like woo.
No, do you see the impact here?
Yeah.
Boom.
Kamui Woods has been hit with flames, so he already knows.
I guess I'll finish this up.
Okay.
We see the force shield just barely holding against Endeavor as he's trying to push through, and then we see Kamui Woods again. Above all else, that force field breaks, and Endeavor just grabs All for One by his dress shirt.
Bruh.
Endeavor's coming through.
That's oh my god. Look at his eyes, bruh.
Shota. Bro, he's just dragging his ass.
Okay. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay. I'll take care of this one. Yeah. It's just a big shot of him literally dragging him across the ground.
Dude, trees are being uprooted and floating across.
Up like the force just now has a new path. Still grabbing him. Here's All for One just trying to get some words in here. The swarming gnats cracked my mask, and now my body won't move as I command. But at this range, he's within my reach.
I did not expect this.
Oh my god!
My man got heat eyes.
Heat vision Cyclops blasted.
He shot fire out of his eyeballs.
He shot fire out of his eyeballs. Yeah, he turned.
I didn't even know he could do that.
And All for One unexpectedly just like ah. Oh my god! It singes his fingers. Part of them are gone.
I know, it looks like one of them is just gone.
Yeah. Endeavor, those hands of yours ruin people's futures. You know a thing or two about that. That's all for one, bruh. And Endeavor's like, no, you're right.
And he's like, yep. He said, you're right.
No, I got you. He was saying, this is a monologue. My mistakes took form as Toya, leading to so many stolen futures. The past never dies. The rage, resentment, and even penitence are
Going up for it.
wound together towards the future.
You see, he's taking him up.
True. Oh my god.
This panel.
Well, I'll take these.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and the future is a path for the young, a path with so many branching choices. We now see a shot of like Shoto back at the exams, or the what were they called?
Like it was like the special exams they did take.
Yeah,
They
the
failed the
special
first
exams.
ones.
Should you
Like the
fail?
provisional exams. Yeah,
Yes.
so it's hit him with the kids.
Yeah, that's why I must win this, so that when those kids walk that path, and I think this is what
I'm
I kind of saw.
assuming this is the future. This is the future. It must looks like.
That's what it looks like, right? Because everyone's fits different slightly.
They're bigger too.
Yeah. We'll definitely jump into that, but we'll carry it with the flow of the chapter. My past won't stand in their way. I'll keep paying my penitence. I'll win today and keep my eyes on Toya. And we I love this panel too. It's all from just trying to make him stop. He's like, no, stop.
No, stop.
I'll keep raging against myself. As he just like one full page. You could barely even make like solid lines here.
Solar flare.
Hold on. Solar flare.
Dude, he legit just put his ass in a supernova.
You know.
Oh yeah, he's extra crispy, not original recipe.
Ooh, this reminds me of the time where I first made my first bacon.
Bro, he's falling apart.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, go ahead.
All right, we see as Endeavor's holding him still, and Endeavor's fine, but we can see that All for One is starting to ash away right now. Like he extra crispy. And you see the sound effects crumble as we see his face just charred. We already confirmed he doesn't have hyper regeneration. Even if he did, and we're keeping it a secret, without a durable body like Shigaraki's, he's still Endeavor wobble. A dead man. Then we see Hawks. Get away from him, Endeavor!
Oh my god,
Do you
here we go.
really think? We see Endeavor's like, huh? I'd casually saunter up to the big finale empty-handed. And we see Eri in the quirk bullets. This body had already served its purpose, and it was destined for the scrap heap anyway. So, why not try this out?
Oh.
That is a terrifying image.
Wow, dude. You can't.
Heroes don't have a monopoly on big sacrificial moments, you know. As we see him, his ear grows back, his eye grows back out of this shard. Like, it looked like Dr. Stone when they get someone out of a fucking statue.
That's so wild, bro.
And he's got a creepy ass smile. Villains are also scariest when wounded. And then we go to the next panel and we see the first Yoichi with Izuku. He said, Midoriya! Ah, the first. What is it? I've got a bad feeling about this. And then we see out in the distance. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different things ahead. We see Izuku just wondering, what's that?
To be continued. Yo.
Dude, that picture of All for One is just fucking terrifying. Dude, I read the comments. of this chapter down here, it just made me
Mhm.
think about this because I was wondering what that meant, and this clarifies some of, at least to what some people are thinking it might be. They're like, "Wait a minute, did this man somehow with the quirk bullets manage to get a copy of Ares' quirk?"
I mean, that's not too far-fetched.
Yes,
They
because he would
Yeah,
have the
because
blood.
the quirk bullets are based on Ares' quirk.
Yeah, so as long as you had one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then technically speaking, you could tap into that quirk.
So that means so that means like he's gonna try. He thought he would try this out on himself, and it looks like if that's Ares' quirk, he's rewinding himself.
Yeah, he's rewinding the wounds all the way back to when he had eyeballs, bruh.
Which is this would be the first time if this does go where we think he will go. This will be the first time next chapter we'll have ever or the next chapter or the one after that we'll be seeing the first ever full appearance of All for One. We've never seen his face uninjured.
We might even see like a pseudo like primed version of him too.
Because because we've never seen his face uninjured. We've seen like his hair and we've seen his mouth, but we've never seen the middle of his face.
Yeah.
Like we've never seen his eyes and his nose.
And I'm also going to guess that the thing that we saw with Deku over the seas is actually not like related there, but it's also part of All for One's plan.
I'm assuming because it's we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different dots right there.
I'm going to assume those
So
are something of significance towards Deku specifically, or just simply like big high-end Nomu to stop Deku.
because we don't know how many no we forget I forget how many Nomu there are left,
Yeah,
and if not Nomu, they would be maybe other assassins.
maybe. I'm curious about it because I thought it would just be like a straight shot for Deku, but if there's going to be another thing to impede him, then that makes sense too.
I would like to say it's something positive, like maybe it's the Air Force from America.
I know they just said like grab on.
Well, Naya.
It's swollen eye. Deku grabs on with the black woman. He's like, you doing all right there, kid?
Wow, what are you doing here, kid? But
But
holy shit, dude.
that's the craziest thing to see. Honestly, like this also kind of surpasses just the last chapter as far as just the visuals on both like Endeavor and All for One as well. And they gave
Dude,
us like a really good treat unexpectedly. I'm gonna go back into that panel where you see like the adult versions of everybody, assumably, right?
You can definitely tell Shoto's older.
Yeah, there's just I think it's just the hair. The hair like kind of gives you an idea. Also, like just what he's wearing. His 5 Wiis have like grown exponentially.
Not just that, it's also his hair. You're right, his hair it's shorter. His neck seems longer. His arms and legs both seem bigger.
I
Like he's
want,
just generally like he's gone from a young man to a full adult.
yeah, that's what I feel like too. And you can get an idea of that too. Just, I mean, character. There's also the fact that it's also costume adjustments. Deku is sporting a longer cape, but if you look closely, it's actually knitted from like the old scarf still from Gran Torino.
Yeah, it's like it's a combination.
Yeah. I don't really see too many changes in Bakugo's fit aside from just like he's just decided to go like full sleeves.
And he's bigger.
I don't
It's
know.
mainly like
I don't know.
it's
He's always
mainly
just been bulked.
no. What I would mean by that is height.
I think you're really. I mean, I guess I kind of see what you're getting
Everyone
at, but
looks
I can't
everyone
like
looks taller,
somehow. I'd like
which makes
I get
sense because they are teenagers.
yeah, like I get what you're saying for sure, but like the point of reference is just them themselves, and Bakugo's always been taller than like say Deku, for example, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I I couldn't like 100% say that we could say that they're older just based on like what we're seeing height wise. But I understand, totally get what you're saying because that's exactly what I get too.
So why are we questioning it?
Oh, I'm like I'm not questioning it. More so that like I like my conclusion that they're older doesn't come from like the perspective of height alone. Like that isn't enough for me to like say that. It's just the costume changes that usually indicate something to me.
Todoroki sells it to me in general.
No, I get that too. I think it's
Just looking at him, I'm like, oh yeah, he's visibly different.
right. Also, if we look at Kirishima, he actually sports more of the red right look too.
Is that? I can't tell if that's fur in the bottom of his.
That looks like fur. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I always like the fur gear for some reason. Like like when they get like say like when there's armor, it's got like a fur trim around the collar and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just looks nice. But I think Bakugo's rocking his winter gear.
It always seems. Yeah, I wonder if that's just going to be part of his main fit. I think that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, because I know in the winter gear he said he needed that to stay warm so he could sweat.
Yeah, but now he's just like, I need to be sweaty. Period.
I need to be sweaty.
I think we also see a huge costume change from. I'm not sure, maybe it's because we don't really see the back of him much, but Ida as well.
Like I don't think that was it looks like the way it looks. I would describe it looks like an 8 on his back, like the right there in the very center.
Oh yeah, I can see that now.
Like I don't know if that was in his outfit before or not. I think it might be an extra port, or it might just be some part of the armor.
Yeah, it might be more of the spine like look. It's difficult where Araka still like remains the same for the most part, except for maybe like the bag. But
I think she kept majority of her look. It looks like.
yeah, which I mean, honestly, with her quirk, there's hardly much to like adjust.
Same for Momo. She looks like she's still very much so with her original look.
There can only, I think for Momo, there's just like very few like adjustments you can really make because of just how her quirk is.
That and NSFW.
So anyway,
because that's how her quirk works. She needs open skin
she
in order
has
to
to
do
use
it.
more skin, so like she can only do so much.
That's how it was with Midnight too.
Yeah, man. I do see Froppy like so farther out, and then there's someone else.
Is that Sue? I was thinking, is that Sue's hair? I think it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting it from the hair actually.
Yeah, there is somebody else way up there, but we can't really tell.
Yeah, it's just pretty much Class A in general, but yeah, that all in all, this is just a really nice treat just to see like the future. This is somewhere where we'll probably even see this like in the aftermath of everything.
Yeah, dude, can we just go back to the wounded heroes are always the scariest? Just this shot of Endeavor, bro.
Honestly, it's just a build up of the fact that he looks like super crispy bacon, and then he sheds all of that, and he rewinds time the exact same way that Eri does. Just looks and everything, which is so crazy. So wait.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if only this version of All for One has it, or does All for Shiggy possibly have it? Maybe not, because he well, I guess it depends on when he start to integrate and experiment with that quirk, and if he was able to add that to like the whole transfer for Shigaraki. I hope not. it's quite a pain to deal with that.
Here, I want to show you something.
Oh, okay.
I just want to show you like what I was talking about before when I compared that panel of Endeavor.
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Very similar.
I know that Gon goes like full adult with crazy, questionably long hair, but he prepares like the Rock, and I'm like, whoa.
Yep, the rock, paper, and then he chooses either scissors, paper, or rock at the end. Have you ever watched Hunter x
Hunter? Really, just kind of a few clips here and there. Obviously, like the big stuff.
It's really good.
I just can never like. Really cool stuff happens, but I'm like at the very beginning of that, and it's so slow.
It can be, but honestly, the big moments are so fucking hype. Like, bruh, like this going and then Kilo over there with Godspeed, like both fights when you first see them, it's just like, oh. I mean, dude, I can't even lie to you. Like the fight between Neverpito, the cat girl, and Gon, right? Dude, it's so fucking brutal.
It's like, I know that's a one-sided thing.
Just watching it, you sit there, you're just like, oh my god. Like you're just sitting there like it's sad for Gon, but at the same time, you're sitting there just like,
Let's go.
it's also all the implications that lay because what Gon had to do to achieve this,
Hmm.
because he had to sacrifice, like, so much time, and like, say like he'd never be able to use Nen again.
Oh, okay.
It's like this is basically it was a pact, and it was like he will be. This is like as strong as he would have been had after this much time had gone by.
Oh, like the whole granola thing, right?
Yeah, except like essentially, but this is like basically if he had just been training his entire life, this is what he would have become.
That's nuts. When you
Fucking
tap into that
immensely
level,
powerful.
I think real hot tangent, but I also believe that Fairy Tail also did this too for a quick moment, where it was Ultier. She helped like the two like wind users, our girl Wendy, and the other girl from the other guild, and one of them was able to tap into like their latent abilities in exchange for never learning to have their magic again.
Oh, Ur's daughter.
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
You said Ultier. I was like, that sounds so familiar. I was trying to, because it's been a while, so I was like, what character is it in Fairy Tail again? I was like, oh
Hmm.
yeah, that's Gray's master's daughter.
So yeah, I remember that. When you pull that type of gimmick into like a series, it's awesome, but it's also very sad.
Because like it's gonna have some type of ramifications.
Hmm.
Because it'd be completely broken if it didn't have any, obviously.
Right. I think honestly, I think for the most part, just kind of like sewing it back together full circle. I feel like My Hero kind of dabbled in that a little bit in the form of just Eri kind of constantly rewinding Deku during the overhaul fight, where like there was a cost to it, but they kind of like worked together to kind of keep it like at balance. Not saying that would actually be a thing that they would continue to do here, although it would be kind of dope to see like the team up again. But Deku's definitely gotten a lot stronger, and I don't think he really needs that.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, just a quick side note:
Hmm.
they just did something in a 100-year quest with Loxus that was really good.
I'm sorry, what was that?
They just did something in Fairy Tail 100-year quest with Loxus that is really fucking good.
Oh, when you bring that boy in to anything, it's like there's something. All right.
Honestly, I always say, how are there not more Loxus fans?
I understand that both him, Gagio, and a couple other like villains turned good had some issues here and there, but I
I mean,
think
to be fair, Loxus's thing was, yes, was he a dick? Yes, but
yes,
was he a dick for reasons that aren't understandable? In general, he actually was worried about the guild. He wanted the guild to be stronger.
yeah, he just again
Like
had like the
he
wrong
went about
approach.
it the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's like it it came from a good place, but it made him look like an absolute dickhead,
Mm-hmm.
and he learned his lesson from that.
Yeah. Oh, he gonna learn.
He'll learn today.
Okay. So, just to kind of wrap things up, next chapter 358 will be coming in a week. So we're gonna probably find out what Deku has seen. Bruh,
What
I
the fuck
want to
is
really
going on?
see. I want to see this all for one fit.
Like, what is if he has Ares power? This is about to get very scary.
It's gonna get really scary. He just try to calm down, Squidward. Try to imagine him in his underwear,
Oh no, he's hot.
but it's actually good grief, he's naked. Yeah, I don't think you can rewound clothes though. So actually,
Yeah, I think she can. Yeah, because remember her father's clothes were still there, weren't they?
yeah, like clothes are not affected. So
It only affects organic material.
yeah.
Like I
Thank
think
you,
that's what it is. It
Endeavor.
only affects like biologically organic material.
You brought this to us, Endeavor. Why'd you have to burn his clothes away?
Good grief, it's the Alpha Dick.
Good lord.
Dick for one.
Dick for what? No. Hopefully someone hopefully has like some clothes beam quirk.
Close, baby. Piccolo
Clothes
comes in. I know
beam.
I'm not in this series. I know I'm not in this series, but I gotta take care of this real quick.
That'd be all that. Oh, sorry. I'm now thinking about quirk concepts. Bringing back like those types of characters just momentarily to use their
Close.
abilities instead of just using like bringing in like Angel Wheeze. It's just bringing Piccolo just to do the close beam on you.
Exactly. Piccolo just comes in. Oh yeah, I got you. Close, baby.
Sure, good. I'll make
Which
you
he
look.
actually uses in the new movie.
He does. I did see that. Sure, good.
I
I'll
was
make you
happy to
look
see them
real
bring back the
sharp.
close beam.
Ah! When he hit you with the close beam a little too hard. Ah!
Yo, I always love seeing Piccolo bring back the things that he could do before, like that they hadn't touched in a bit, like his stretchy arms.
Yeah, that's honestly like the best approach. Oh, sorry. Okay. We'll go. We'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Unless there's anything else we want to add to the chapter.
It could just go so many different ways. We can't really predict what's going to happen next
Yeah.
exactly. We can take some guesses, but we can't really do it like without seeing what's going to happen next.
This is true. I do like what All For One's doing. He's really just kind of keeping us guessing, because honestly, like as a typical like hero type of story, like there's always like a pretty like linear like ending towards a lot of things. So if he wants to try to change it up like during that sequence, then it's all for the better as far as just the entertainment value. But is he a menace for it? Absolutely.
Oh, he's an absolute fucking menace. Like it's like, why won't you just go down? Why won't you just give up? You've been doing this for hundreds of years.
You've done too much. You can rest now, my dude. He's like, no.
He's like, no, I haven't won yet.
I'm still smiling.
He wasn't. He said, no, stop.
Yeah, that was great. It really got us going for a little bit.
It's like. Would you say it's kind of like him getting his just desserts?
In some ways, yeah.
It's like karma.
He really. But then he was also
he's
like,
done
yeah,
so
I got
much
it.
because he's done so much horrible shit.
Mm-hmm. But
Dude,
even
I'm telling you,
yeah,
I think for a fact he had something to do with Shigaraki's in his family. I just know it.
I wouldn't put past it. Honestly, maybe it's one of those things where like it really was like, because of the whole like off one versus just like one for all situation. Of course he's gonna dig into finding exactly what will cause there to be the biggest disruption. Pain. And so obviously with his most recent fight with well, not most recent, but when he fought Nana, right? He dug into the history and was like, oh well, let's sow in the seeds for the next.
There's her son, there's her grandson,
and he maybe knew about like how the dad there was like, yeah, he's not really big on heroes, so let's see if we can like kind of twist that into a dramatic thing. And then I'll pick up.
Let's see. This boy doesn't have a. Could you imagine? Like, oh, this boy doesn't have a quirk. Let's give him a little something.
Yeah, granted,
and gave him decay.
It only really takes that doctor to be there, you know.
Dude, I swear, if I just have a feeling in my like, I think he's responsible. I could be wrong, but it just feels like it fits too well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the kind of shit an asshole like him would do.
It's a lot of like future planning, but honestly I've seen it from this guy, so I can believe it.
It's like is All For One smart? Yes. Is he a fucking asshole? Significantly, yes. Like this, he pisses me off, bro.
Nah, yeah, no. He's one of those guys who will go out of his way, even subtly, so that like the payoff is big, and he can just smile at you at full value.
He is the absolute definition of a sociopath.
Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, what he's been through, who wouldn't be?
I mean, it's like legit reading comics with his brother, and he's just like, yeah, so I'm just gonna make my life this.
Yeah, I'm going to embody this and make it better.
And he went, and Yoichi tried to stop him, and he said, you know what? I'm gonna let you. Here, take this. This is a stockpile power. You just take this, and we'll see who wins in the end. It's like to All for One, all of this is a big game.
And he likes to win, so he's gonna just keep trying that.
And he's never happy when he loses.
Yeah.
And he's lost a couple times. Like
So
he
cool.
lost. He lost against All Might twice.
Yeah, true.
And nearly lost a third time during the first war. Considering Shigaraki almost died.
Yeah, just Shigaraki almost died, which makes sense. He was like, nah, you gotta pull back. From here on, I'm gonna try to take control.
They almost stopped Shigaraki because he only got to 75% power.
Yeah, and he almost ended up like this. Superchar.
Exactly. It's like close. So close. Like every single time, it's like you almost have All for One, but he manages to slip past just slightly.
I also like the fact that like Endeavor is here like as hero, but he's like, nah, I need to I have to kill you now.
That's the thing. Endeavor, he knows he's a hero, but he's got to finish this.
Yeah.
It's like if he does, this is the ultimate evil, man. If he doesn't finish this guy is just going to keep coming back.
This is true.
He's way too dangerous to leave alive. Like All for One is genuinely one of those examples of people who are so dangerous. It is legitimately a threat to let them stay alive.
And that's to also consider the fact that All for One has said many times before, just if anything by action, that he doesn't want to stop at all. He doesn't want to reform. So
he just wants to keep fucking around.
People might have one thing to say about maybe just capturing him for the sake of just being a hero, but it never knows what he needs to do.
They put him in the #1 maximum security prison, and he got out. Nothing can hold him.
It reminds me of the talk about, oh, sorry, this is one last little joke. When you're swinging around in Marvel Spider-Man for it was PlayStation PC, at some point you detain Rhino, and on the podcast for Jay Jameson, he was saying, what do you mean he wasn't in a more secure facility? If there was a much bigger one, why wasn't he in it?
Why wasn't he in it?
I mean, fair point. But okay, sorry about that. Okay, I think we're good. So we'll go ahead and call it here. So we'll be joining back on this next Sunday, and we'll be ready for that. I'm expecting some big things. Hopefully for Deku's perspective, I wanted to see what's been going on. I know it's been nothing but C, but we're seeing something further upon the horizon, approaching him possibly. Oh, is what they're saying. So, all right, we'll go ahead and call it here. So, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope to see you guys in the next one. #bye, everybody.
Later, guys.